They're adventurers, lifelong adventurers.
They're very charitable. Somehow they always find time.
They don't want recognition. They just do what they do because it's the right thing to do. Jeff and Cindy send a newsletter every Christmas, and it is just so fascinating with small print to read so many things that they have done over the year.
And we read that every year, and it makes it seem like we're just so lazy because we don't do anywhere near the things that they do. I think they've made a project out of visiting as many national parks as they can.
I must have been about 8 years old. We took this cross-country road trip. It was Jeff's and my introduction to national parks. And so for Jeff, it was the beginning of a lifelong journey to learn about our country and experience nature. I'd say, can we please not go to one more visitor center? I don't want to do anything else educational today. But it was important to my mom and Jeff that I learned about the places we were seeing. And that's something that's really rubbed off on me and inspired the way that I want to live my life with my kids.
I always feel that when we give back, we get more than we give. I think of the example of Jeff in the Cancer Center campaign for the York Cancer Center. It's a lot of work to be a campaign co-chair, and he spent a lot of time with a lot of different donors. But look at the kind of cancer care that we're able to offer in our community now with that Cancer Center. It's a completely different experience for patients.
When Bob Kinsley chaired a capital campaign for our council, Jeff chaired the family phase and was so successful in doing that, we raised his goal multiple times. It kind of became like a running joke with Jeff. It's like, we'll raise your goal again for you.
Jeff really is almost like a paternal figure within the office, and if you work with him long enough, his value system, you begin to internalize it without even being aware that that is happening because he's that subtly influential. It was always fascinating to me when people would wonder, how can I be successful in a legal career? And I'd say about 3 weeks in, it was apparent to me that just do what Jeff does.
Whenever Cindy speaks, everybody listens. She has so much perspective and commitment and engagement to the company, being that she was one of the early founders along with her brother.
I have known Cindy my entire life. We are more like family than friends. It seems the more adventurous, the more challenging, the more fun it is for Cindy. She's willing to jump in and try anything.
I was learning about the rainforest in 3rd grade, and I told my mom I wanted to go to the rainforest, so she arranged this trip where we went to Machu Picchu and went to a lodge in the Amazon, and an amazing trip where we're catching piranhas and spear fishing, and we loved it out there, so that's why we went back so many times.
I think the donating started en masse because of Peru and seeing all the villagers along the Amazon River. They're called ribereños. It was over 100 outfits that she personally sewed, and we took down there for kids, adults, mostly kids and teenagers.
I think it broadened my horizons for sure, and gave me a better understanding of how different people's surroundings affect their own worldview.
Jeff and Cindy are who I call Grandpa and Grandma. My grandparents helped my father gain an asylum and basically be able to start a life here in the U.S.
He was in front of the York County Prison every weekend advocating for the release of immigrants being held there.
I was a kid around the time that Jeff was representing Alan, and when he needed help, my mom and Jeff welcomed Alan into our home. He became part of our family.
When you're that young, you kind of just take it for granted. It doesn't seem sort of extraordinary. It's just like, this is what they do.
He just became part of the family, and we still call him our brother.
They've been there throughout basically all my life, so I'm very grateful for them, what they've done for my parents.
They've always seemed like they aim for the best.
Jeff and Cindy have had such a profound impact in so many areas of our community, it's almost hard to quantify.
Some people go through life and do 1 or 2 of these things or 3 or 4 of these things. They've done hundreds.
They just take things to a whole nother level.
You have to be inspired when you see someone year after year continue to do the good things that they do.
You would be hard-pressed to find two people who are more committed to doing very well, their very best at every single thing they undertake.
They're very generous. They're always putting other people first.
It really actually just honestly makes me very proud to be their granddaughter.
I think it's just that they want to do good and make the world a better place.